I still haven't got to a bit where I can save it.
I don't care! They close in 20 minutes and we've run out of milk and toilet paper!
But I've not been able to save it for 45 minutes. I've just beaten a really hard boss, and what are you...
There! Come on, get your coat.
You can see it, can't you? The exact moment this strange adult version of Still Living with My Mother me gets his heart torn to pieces by someone who just doesn't understand what it's like to surmount a really difficult challenge and then be faced with the desperate reality that they'll have to surmount it all over again.
The despair is even greater than the initial elation you feel, isn't it? Like a sort of indescribable souring of all your insides at once.
No, say your heart, lungs, liver and spleen. Not the Demon's Gate boss in Final Fantasy VII, not again. We just beaten it.
Here are 7 other heartbreaking tragedies only gamers will understand.
Number 1, accidentally deleting your save, or worse, when someone else accidentally deletes it.
Accidentally.
This used to happen to me regularly during the PS1 memory card era, especially when you'd have multiple games jostling for precious space on a piece of plastic that held a then mighty 1 megabyte of data.
You had 15 slots if I remember rightly, and also if I remember rightly, Gran Turismo took 5 of them.
Hands up if your dad cleared out multiple 80-hour JRPG saves to make way for his Gran Turismo career mode he played for one evening after work and then forgot about forever. It's sickening. I tell you what's worse though, when you save over your own save and realise a split second too late what you've done, and you have to watch as that progress bar inches forward, knowing there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop the inexorable wipe of hours upon hours of blood, sweat and tantrums. All your high level gear, all those bosses you beat, all that grinding you did, gone forever. Entry number 2 is something that'll make trophy hunters in particular assume the fetal position and cry into a bin. Missable trophies. Or to be more precise, missable trophies that you spend ages working up to only to fall at the final hurdle, knowing it'll be hours, maybe even days, maybe weeks before you can give it another go. There's one in Assassin's Creed 2 called Fly Swatter where you have to kick a guard while swooping about in Da Vinci's flying machine, which can be easily missed because, you know, you're swooping about in a flying machine having the best time and all of a sudden, damn it, the level's finished, I didn't kick anyone. Now I'm going to have to replay the entire game up to this point to try again.
There is another way to get that trophy now, but I'm just using it as an example. Imagine if you were going for a speedrun trophy or something and you failed by seconds.
Oh, even talking about it has just made my stomach sink a couple of inches. Imagine going for the platinum in Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots where you have to do all the...
Wait. Dave. Hey, finally, there we go. Kept you waiting, huh?
Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, imagine going for the platinum in Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots where you have to unlock the big boss emblem, which means finishing the game with no continues, no alerts, no kills, using no special or health items on the boss extreme difficulty in under 5 hours. And you finish the game with no continues, no alerts, no kills, using no special or health items on the boss extreme difficulty in 5 hours and 1 minute.
Well, start again.
I don't think I could face that. It would utterly break me. Our third entry is a really sad one. When you pour your life into an online game, like I did with the very first Metal Gear Online that came with Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, thank you, and then after months, maybe years of hanging out in lobbies and getting to know the community, you reach that sad time when the servers get shut down.
This is the reason I only casually dip into multiplayer now. I mean, I tell people it's because, you know, I just prefer single player stuff, but the real reason is I just can't face being hurt again.
Riding Killer, Sharpshooter XXX, Poodle, Solid Chris 89. I'll never forget you guys. We used to play together for hours, laughing, taking 3 minutes to type messages to each other because none of us had keyboards, teabagging people because back then it was still hilarious, and now there's nothing. Even this footage is from the new Metal Gear Online because I can't even go back and play the one I'm talking about. Entry number 4. When you've got your special rare superpower charged to the max, or your rocket launcher ready, and you've been waiting to use it for ages, hanging back for that perfect moment to strike, and then you miss your shot.
Tragic and really embarrassing too if anyone happens to see your epic fail, which, if you're playing Destiny for instance, they almost certainly will.
Nath and Dave have been rekindling their Crucible love affair during lunch recently and have first-hand experience of this gamer-only tragedy. Here's Nath with his golden gun ready to hit. He's missed. And Dave with his hammer of soul. Here he comes to save the day. Dear, that's awful. But I'm using Destiny as an example here. I'm sure you can all think of instances where you've been saving some kind of power-up, some kind of incredible weapon. Maybe you've got a Fat Man launcher with one missile left in Fallout 4 or something, and you launch it, and you miss. Hours of anticipation, of planning, of excitement at what could happen, extinguished in a sad whimper. Entry number 5.
Yeah, I'm joining your party now. Nat type strict. It says Nat type strict.
Nat type strict. Nat type strict.
Nat type strict.
Entry number 6.
What are you looking for, Dave?
My copy of Star Wars Battlefront?
Is it definitely in the office?
Yes, I brought it in especially so I could play it on my lunch break. Oh. No. Nope. Yes! Yes! Yes, this is going to be the best lunchtime ever!
Tragedy. When you open the box and the disc is lost, it's tragedy. With no lunchtime bash on Team Deathmatch, it's hard to bear. With no disc inside, it could be anywhere.
Shut up and help me find it, or I'm going to steal your Persona 5 disc.
My copy of Persona 5 is digital.
Poor old Dave. His copy of Star Wars Battlefront is probably in the box for Prey. And his copy of Prey is probably in the box for The Witcher 3. And his copy of The Witcher 3 is probably lying shiny side up on a dusty windowsill. Tragedy. Time for our final entry, and these 2 words I'm about to say are sure to send a shiver down the spine of any gamer.
Brace yourself because here they come. Power cut.
Cue howls of anguish from everyone watching this video. We've all got a power cut story, haven't we? I mean, it's not so bad now in the days of autosave, but back in the PS1 and PS2 days, when you had to use save points and they were hours apart, and sometimes you'd be so engrossed you'd forget to save anyway, and boom, from nowhere, everything turns off. The lights, the TV, the console, your life.
Look how rubbish this is. Can you see my glow-in-the-dark watch, though?
My own personal power cut horror story came when I was marathoning Final Fantasy VIII. It was a hot summer day and I'd been playing for hours. I started right after the Seed exam when Sid gives you that lamp with Diablos in it, and I smashed the gravity-wielding bugger and set off, adventure in my lungs and happiness in my heart. I made it all the way to Disc 2 in one day, broke out of the prison for whatever obscene reason I hadn't saved it once, and then it happened. A weird, delayed power cut. It hit the lights first, and then my TV display sort of slowly collapsed in on itself, an agonising, slow contraction that happened in direct correlation to my awareness of it, so that when the last few pixels disappeared, I knew with sickening clarity they'd taken my entire day's progress with them. Yes, the lesson here is always save. Always save. And always put your discs back in the box when you're done with them. And don't allow yourself to become too emotionally involved with online multiplayer. Also, subscribe for more of these videos every week. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Tell us about your own tragedies in the comments. And join us again next week for another Friday feature. Thanks for watching.